Creepers left to rise, buzz like crazy. Everybody's trying to stimulate it. Spiders in the mirror and feel this can't be right. Back to the scene of a Friday night, to a blessed collision still frozen tight. Spear drinkers, Cupid and the sound of Ruthless Stranger. And why did you argue?
Hello my friends and good morning. Welcome to a new vlog. I decided to film a clip in my car before I go to the gym because ever since, you know, life has kind of become normal, like my schedule is all over the place and I don't just have a whole day to just vlog. So I knew that if I didn't get this vlog clip done now, I probably wouldn't get it done until much later because today is set up to be bonkers. But I am starting the Mafia Readathon today. I'm starting it a day early. It technically doesn't start until tomorrow. But I wanted to give myself an extra day so I could have enough stuff to put in a vlog so I can have Sunday to edit the vlog and get it up by Monday, hopefully. But this is a readathon that is hosted by Jen from the Book Refuge, Jessin from Jessin Reads Romance, Tori from A Novel Life, Tiffany from Neverland Pixie, and Jessica from Peace Love Books. So I'm very excited about this. I have some books that I'm really excited to read that were most of my books that I'm going to be reading, except for one, have been handpicked for me by Jen because I asked her to select some books for me for this readathon. So I'm very excited about that. The first book that I am reading is Filthy by Serena Ackroyd. This is a pretty popular one right now. I know that a lot of people have been reading it, and I actually started this last week, and then I kind of put it on hold so that I could read Real and a few other books that I was finishing up for May. So let me hold it. So I've already started it. I only have about 3 hours left in the audiobook, and I am really liking this. I feel like the couple has great chemistry. I feel like the writing style is really easily and accessible. I am enjoying their relationship. There's a little bit of an age gap in here. Finn is part of the Mafia, and he comes to the heroine basically and says, look, you can either marry me or I'm gonna bring down this man that is important to you. It's like a father. It's basically her father, but he doesn't know that yet. And she says, well, okay, I guess we're getting married. And it's that Mafia type of arranged marriage, which happens pretty frequently. And it was just really good. Like, this one starts off with like a lot of heat. There's a lot of an interesting character dynamic between these two. She's a plus-size heroine, and he is very attracted to her and just thinks that she's beautiful and lovely and sexy, and it's just really good. So there was a time when they were getting married, or they were together, and they had established that, okay, we may have a little more feelings for each other than just this arranged marriage. So they kind of got together a little too quickly, and that kind of slowed the pace down for me in general. I want there to be more of a process of them falling in love, and I don't really love romances when they get together right away and then you're just reading about their life. So that was kind of something that I was like, because then all that tension is gone, all that sexual chemistry, all that, just the tension if they're going to get together or not is gone, and that's honestly my favorite part of a romance. So I did tend to lose a little bit of interest when that kind of happened, but then now we are at the point where some other things are happening in the plot that is putting their relationship sort of at risk and in danger, and I'm more invested in it now. So I'm really liking it. I like these characters. I really like the hero. He is very much gone for the heroine, and I just love that type of thing, you know. So that's the book I'm reading. I will probably finish that. I'm going to finish that today. And then the next audiobook that I want to pick up, I can't decide if I want to pick up, let me see if I can find it, because I just forgot the title. This one is by Rena Kent, Vow of Deception by Rena Kent. Sorry, I've got the camera all over the place, the perils of holding it, right? This is a Mafia romance that I saw all over TikTok. I really don't know anything about it other than I hear this is a pretty hard one, so I'm not sure if I'm going to like it or not, and that the hero is definitely alcohol probably. But the hype on TikTok got to me, and so I want to at least try that one for sure. It's also narrated by Jason Clark, and he's one of my favorite narrators, so I really want to try that. But then the other book that I really, really, really desperately want to get to is, let's find it, Ruthless Stranger by Maggie Cole. I really want to get to that one. Jen thinks I'm going to love it. This has an older hero and a younger heroine, but they're both older. Like, the hero, I think, is like 46 or 47, and the heroine is, I think she's in her late 30s, maybe mid to late 30s, so that will be very interesting. So those are the reading plans. I am on my way to the gym. I have a ton of errands to run today. I'm going to try and do a better job of maybe including more footage other than just book updates, but also I know you're here for the book updates, so you probably don't care. But I will let you know when I have more to update you on. Hello friends, welcome back for an update. It is actually the official first day of the Mafia Romance Readathon. I did not film me making this drink. See my cup from my sweet bestie little sis Jen? It says Crystal's Bookish Life. She sent this to me for my birthday. She had it custom made and I love it. This is basically just water with Crystal Light in it and a peach collagen, which I just got. It's pretty good. It's good. I really hate plain water, so I always put stuff in it. Anyway, let's see a reading update. So, I finished Filthy by Serena Ackroyd, and I liked it. I gave it 4 stars, 4 out of 5 stars, a solid 4-star read. I really loved the hero, Finn, and how completely and totally gone he was for Aoife. I thought that was very, very sweet. I loved how he was just so completely smitten with her from the first page until the last, and his feelings for her just continued to grow. This was a very... I also really liked how the Mafia world was set up in this one. Like, I think it sets up future books really well. I think that is going to be interesting as I read more in the series. I do plan to continue on in the series, but I thought that their romance was very sweet. It was very passionate. It was a lot of fun. It was a good one. So, a solid 4-star read. I really liked that one. I just loved how obsessed with her he was and how he was just so completely devoted to her. I really liked it. So they had a very sweet romance. That one was very much driven by their physical relationship. It was a little bit of a insta-lust to insta-love type of situation, but it didn't bother me necessarily. I mean, that was really the thing that kept it from being a 5-star read for me, is it didn't quite have that emotional development that I would want typically, but it was still a fun read and it was an enjoyable one. So not every book that I read has to be a Kendi Ryan level emotional connection, because then I would just, I don't know, die of happiness? I don't know. But this one was good. It was fun. I liked it. So that one covered prompts for Irish Mafia and what else? I had it on my phone. Let's see. And wouldn't you know, I cannot remember when we're right down talking about it. Arranged Marriage and New to You author. I mean, to be fair, the 3 books that I want to read are all going to be new to me authors. So I finished Filthy. The next book that I am starting is Ruthless Stranger by Maggie Cole. And I am really excited about this one. Jen thinks that I'm going to love this. This is an age gap, and he is older. She's younger, she's recently divorced, and I think she's mid to late 30s. I think I already told you that, and he's like 46 or 47. So I've so far only read the prologue, but I am very hooked. The prologue was very good. It had a ton of chemistry and a ton of intrigue, and I'm here for it. I really am liking it a lot. So I hope this is a 5-star read. I think it could be. I really feel like it could be. I'm liking it a ton. And then, yeah. So this one will cover, let's see, Jen actually sent me a Google Doc of all the books that I'm reading. So this one covers, okay, Ruthless in the title and Brava, so that's the Russian Mafia. So I'm excited about this one. I have very high expectations. I'm not gonna lie, I have very high expectations, but I think it's gonna deliver. I'm excited. So that is the reading plans now. So it's Friday night. I'm still working And Kazi's in here crunching his dinner. He's so fluffy. Do you guys want to see how fluffy he is? I've been going to clip him for the last 2 weeks. He's not mad at or anything, like I still brush him, and it is hot here, but he's an inside dog, so he's in here with the air conditioner, and I'm gonna clip him ASAP, I promise, but I just haven't done it yet. But he looks so cute, so fluffy. I'm gonna show you what he looks like. Are you done? We got a big itch. Oh, hi, baby, hi. What are you doing? Look at this fluffy little bum. Look at this fluffy little boy, huh? I can't even see your eyes. Where are you? It won't even focus on your face because it can't see your eyes. Oh, he's still itching. Cosmo. There he is. That's a handsome boy. Yeah. Hello, my friends. Welcome to day 2 of the Mafia Romance Readathon. I just got out of the shower. Washed my hair. I like to let it air dry pretty much. I don't know. I'm kind of obsessed with my hair. You may notice that I talk about it a lot. And it's largely because it got so damaged when I went from black to red. And so, I don't know. I talk about it a lot. I'm sorry if that's boring. Anyway, I showered. I like to let my hair air dry as much as possible and then just blow dry it to straighten it a little bit, and then that's all the heat that I use on it. But I always blow dry my bangs first, otherwise they're a disaster. So I have wet hairs. I have my Hello Lovely Box Read More Romance sweatshirt on, which is one of my favorites because of the rainbow. But they just came out with a bunch of Pride stuff, and I bought a lot of stuff. My discount code is Crystal's Bookish Life 15 if you ever want to pick something up. It will save you a little bit of money. So, today was a fun day. Today is Saturday. I actually got to meet up with a fellow romance booktuber today. Her name is Sam. Her channel is Sam Reads a Little. I will have her link down below. She's a romance booktuber. She has some really great videos and some really great video concepts up there. She does a series called Smut with Sam, which is very fun. She's just a fun, sweet person, so make sure you are giving her a follow down below if you aren't already. We live close together, and the reason that she knew that we lived in the same state is she saw my soda cup. She's like, "Are you in Utah?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am." And then come to find out we're actually really close to each other. So, and she also likes to lift weights. So we met up today at a gym and got to train together, and that was super fun. And I'm going to put a picture here of us. I made her take that selfie with me. And she was a good sport about it. But I was hoping to get some video of us because we also grabbed some food while we were out. But I just was enjoying my morning with her, and I didn't feel like filming it, so I hope you forgive me for the lack of content other than books, and maybe you don't care. And that's okay too. So let's do a reading update. So I am currently reading Ruthless Stranger by Maggie Cole. I'm halfway through it. I'm loving this book so much. This book is just so delightful, honestly. The hero, he is so completely gone for this woman, and he is so sweet, and he is very alpha and protective, and not alpha in a way where he like takes her choices from her or doesn't let her have her own agency, but just like alpha in a way in that this is my woman and I'm going to protect her, and I'm going to protect her at all costs. And I love that so freaking much, so freaking much. So he's a super protective hero, and he is just so gone for her, and she kind of got jerked around by her ex-husband, and so I'm just so happy to see her finding happiness. This is a good one, honestly. I'm really just enjoying it. It has just been a book that I haven't wanted to put down. I've just been obsessed with it. I love it. It's just great. So I think that this will probably be a 5-star read unless some things happen. Like, we're at that halfway point, and if things are going to happen, it's going to usually happen that make me dock stars. It's going to happen in the last half of the book, but I don't think so. I really love the author's writing style. It's very accessible. It's a very sweet Mafia romance so far. It's mostly about the relationship between the hero and heroine and not a ton of Mafia stuff going on so far, but I'm just really loving it. It's so fun and so good. So that's my reading update. I have kind of been missing my Monday vlog updates, so I'm going to try and finish this book and then Stolen Air, I think, by Sophie Lark. I may have talked about that in my previous clip. So I want to get those 2 books finished in this vlog. So hopefully, so I probably won't have this edited for Monday. I don't know if that matters to anyone but me. Also, I've got a little unboxing here for you. This was from Sam. She brought this for me. She said, these are just some extra books if you don't, sorry, I bumped the table. If you don't have these, and some socks that my mother-in-law gave me. She's like, but I already had a pair, so let's open it up and see what's in here. The socks are very fun. I love them, honestly. I just love them so much. They're fabulous. I love the socks. Thank you so much, Sam, for bringing this sweet little care package. I just love it. So let's see what's in here. I'm going to put this down here so I can actually reach it. This is very cool. So this is a Laverell Spencer. I don't have any of her books, but I read Laverell Spencer a lot when I was a teenager, when I was just getting into romance. My mom loved her and had a bunch of her books, and I have tried to go through and find some of hers, so I'm excited to own more of her books because I don't remember this cover. It looks like it may be a reprint, but I'm just excited. I want to do I really want to reread some of her books and see if they hold up or how I feel about them. So she gave me that one, and she gave me this copy of Devil's Bride, which I know Jen from the Book Refuge loves. Jen gifted me a copy of this too, so I may have a giveaway for this or something. If somebody doesn't own Devil's Bride and they would like this copy, I can do a giveaway for that. I'm not sure where. And then look at this beautiful Julia Quinn, Brighter Than the Sun. It's so cute. Look at, it's got like the flowers are raised. I don't have this book, so this is exciting for me. Are you checking out what's in there? Maybe he can smell Murphy. Sam has a cute cat, by the way. But she doesn't have a cute Kazi. He's still fluffy. I still haven't clipped him. Next week for sure. Oh, look at this. Lisa Kleypas, Only With Your Love. I don't have this one, actually. I am excited about that. That's awesome. Very cool, very cool. And then this is Lady Isabella's Scandalous Marriage, which I have not read yet. I do own a copy of this, and I want to read it. I only read The Madness of Lord Ian Mackenzie, and I know this series is really well loved. This is a series I need to get back and finish. So we will do a giveaway for these two books. Okay? That'll be fun. Although I do still have a giveaway package here that I need to send to Kayla from my last giveaway. Oh my gosh! This is a beautiful cover. Thank you so much, Sam. I am obsessed with this. This is a cover that I've been wanting for some time. It is Pirate's Pleasure by Heather Graham. Oh my goodness. Look, do you see the horsey? Horsey! This is such a beautiful old school cover. Like, look at that. Look at his, like, tanned body and pale face, and he's got an eye patch and a tattoo. Like, I love this cover. It's so gorgeous. That is so fun. I'm excited. That's cool. Thank you so much, Sam, for these books. I love them and can't wait to add them to my collection. Thank you a million. So stay tuned. I'll have updates at some point about how to do this giveaway. I'm sure I have some other duplicates. All right, that's all for this update. I'm going to go finish Ruthless Stranger and have some dinner. I think we're gonna have, well, I think I'm gonna have tacos. A lot of my family is gone. My husband's brother came into town, so he and my oldest boys are out doing guy stuff, so I'm gonna have tacos and drink my Diet Coke and read romance. Sounds good, right? I'll talk to y'all in a bit. Good morning, my friends. It is Sunday, the last day of the Mafia romance readathon, and I finished a book. Oh, let me move my phone. I started editing this video yesterday, and I apologize for the interference that was in the first clip when I was in my car. I had my phone too close to the microphone, and it really hates that. So, let's move this way over here. Hopefully that's good. I finished Ruthless Stranger by Maggie Cole. I loved that book, honestly. I gave it 5 stars. I thought it was so good. It was just so fun. Like, I loved it from beginning to end. It was just, it was just a really fun read. I really loved their relationship. I feel like there's not a lot driving the plot. There's not a lot that's unique about the plot. There's not a lot that's unique about the Mafia world, and I don't have an extensive backlist of Mafia books that I have read. I've read very few. I have read some, but not a ton. So, but even I could tell that, like, the last half where the plot was more Mafia involved, it did seem a little bit predictable and a little bit maybe tropey, but it didn't bother me. So if I'm gonna rate this, I would say the first half of this book is 5 star. Like, their relationship, their first meeting, how they didn't know who each other was. Like, I just loved that. Well, specifically, she didn't know who the hero was. I loved it. Maxime, he was just so he was so completely gone for her. I just loved it so much, the way he completely worshipped her and loved her and was so protective of her, and just and maybe I'm trying to pick criticism apart, because I personally gave the book a 5 star rating because I just enjoyed it so much, and I loved their romance. I loved that they were older. I just thought it was just fantastic. But I'm trying to say, like, you know, it's not necessarily it's not a Kennedy Ryan level book for me, you know, but it's still, like, such a, and I kind of feel bad saying that, because, like, nothing is going to be as good as Kennedy Ryan for me. But it was just so good. I loved it so much. 5 stars. The first half is a solid 5 star for me. The last half is probably more of a 4. But I loved the beginning, and I loved their romance so much that I still gave it a 5 star, because this is a book I would recommend if you like age gaps, if you like stern brunch daddies, if you like a hero who is just completely head over heels for the heroine, if you like a protective hero. I just loved it so freaking much. So 5 stars for that. But again, like, I would say that the plot was maybe a little bit, I could see how some criticisms were saying the plot was a little predictable, it was a little, but it didn't bother me, honestly. Like, I don't even care. I was there for their romance, and their romance was great, so it was 5 stars for me. So, also, I will say that I listened to the audiobook, and the audiobook really elevated this book for me. I know we talked about this. I did a live show on Jessen's channel about audiobooks, and that was one of the questions. Do you think that a narrator can make you enjoy a book more? And I would say absolutely this one did. Like, the narrators in this, they have a male and a female narrator, were fantastic. I loved the Russian accent. I just really loved it. And it's interesting because I usually only listen to audiobooks, like, while I'm working or while I'm cooking or things like that. And then when my workday was over and I could sit down and read, I switched over to my Kindle to read that, and I found that I was really not as engaged in reading it. Like, I definitely had a few issues with the writing as I was reading it physically, so then I switched back to the audiobook, and it was great. The audiobook really elevated this for me. It just transported me. It was fantastic. I felt they had a great performance in this audiobook. It was so good. I just really, really loved it. So 5 stars for that. So then I have one, so that covered the prompts on my bingo board of Bratva, because it's a Russian mafia, tattooed hero, and Ruthless in the title. So that one, along with Filthy, gave me a bingo straight across, but I'm gonna try and read my last book today. I think I'm on chapter 6. I'm also listening to the audiobook. I'm just really enjoying these on audio specifically. So the last book I'm going to read is, oh heck, Ruthless Air, Stolen Air. Why am I like this and I forget titles? Okay, this is Stolen Air by Sophie Lark. This is actually book 2 in her brutal series, Brutal something. I'm not going to look it up again. Brutal something. This is this is a series of, they can be read as standalone Mafia romances. This is my first Sophie Lark, and I am very much invested in this one too. So this one will fill the prompts for a Beauty and the Beast retelling, Captor, Captive, and I don't remember what else. I'm so sorry, my memory is so bad. It's gonna cover all. So if I read this book, then I'll get a blackout, I think, because yeah, I think this also has I don't know. I think I have Italian mob on my bingo board too, and I'm not sure if this one is or not. I guess we'll see. We will see. But so the basic plot of this is our hero has a tragic event happen when he's a teenager, when he's 16. This opens with a pretty dark, sad scene. Some trauma happens to his sister. In his pursuit of revenge, he ends up seeking revenge and killing some of the people responsible for that. And I believe it's the I don't know if it's Bratva or Polish, but a mafia boss. I'm so bad at this. I'm sorry. This is really bad. I don't know the terminology that well. I'm not that familiar with it. But the mafia boss basically says, okay, well, he takes some payment from our hero, Nico, and says, okay, so we're even and you can come and work for us now. So he ends up working as an adopted son of this mafia guy, and years pass. We have, years pass into the future, and his adopted father is killed. So in order to get revenge for the killing of his adoptive father, he kidnaps one of the daughters of the people responsible. And she is a ballerina, and she is a very, a sweet, good girl. She shows up at his club one night, just, not decked out in skin-tight clothes and tons of makeup. She has a really fresh appearance, and she immediately catches his eye, and he kidnaps her. So that's exactly where I'm at right now. Literally, she just barely got kidnapped by him. So I am really liking the writing style. I really like the little bit of brutality of the Mafia in here. I am very interested in this. And the funny thing is that this book was on one of my old Kindle Unlimited TBRs in December, which is weird that it seems like it was that far away. But it was on one of those TBRs, and then I just never got to it. And then in April, I saw that this book was kind of going around booktube, Jen and Jessen were reading it, and I had kind of written it off, and then when I asked her to put my TBR together, she picked this book, and it filled so many prompts, and I've been real curious about it too, to be honest. So I'm liking it a lot. We will see if I end up loving it. There's not really any romance yet, just a bunch of setup, which has been really good plot setup, I will say, for sure. I really like the way that she has set up the Mafia world in this. It's really interesting. So that's where I'm at right now. I will probably have one final update when I finish this book, and then we'll wrap up the Mafia Romance Readathon. Hi, hello my friends. This is my bedroom. The light is shining in the windows. It's very bright, but we're gonna work with it so I can talk about these books. So, I finished Stolen Air by Sophie Lark, and I really enjoyed it. I ended up giving that a 5-star. It's probably a 4.5, rounded up to 5, but I really loved this. It was really beautiful. I super enjoyed their romance was really slowly building and developing over time. It's definitely not a fast burn type of book, but I feel like probably the best way to describe their romance is a slow burn from chemistry to heat to love. But it was just really beautiful. This definitely had very obvious elements of a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and it was so good. I think probably my favorite part was the beginning scene. I really loved how the Mafia world was set up. I really loved how the plot was set up to fall out throughout the rest of the book. I really loved Miko. I think he was a great hero, and I love how much he fell for Nessa and how much he appreciated her. And Nessa is a very, an innocent type of heroine, and that can kind of be off-putting, I think, at some times, just because it's so overdone in romance novels. But it was I thought it worked really well with this story, and I thought that it was just very delicately handled, and it fit her character very much, and I just really liked it. It was really good. I loved the whole experience of reading it, and I love how we have things set up for future books and different characters and different relationships to be paired off, and Yeah, I think that the Mafia elements in this were also very low, and this is probably why Jen has recommended these to me. And, like, I'm not necessarily put off by Mafia, like, hard elements, you know, like, it doesn't bother me, but it also, I think that can be a hard blend for me to have when it's a romance. Like, I don't necessarily want to read a horror romance or, like, a thriller romance, or, like, I don't, but I also, like, I love thriller books, and I like, you know, like, violence doesn't turn me off necessarily. It's just, it's all about how the hero acts with the heroine. And I think in all three of these books, they all had heroes who were super, super head over heels for the heroine and were just completely gone for them. And I loved that so much. That was by far my favorite aspect of all of these books that Jen had picked out for me. And I'm sure that's why she picked them out for me, because she knows I really love a man who really worships and honors his woman, and it was just beautifully done here. So I had a great reading week, and I ended up getting a blackout on my bingo board, and the live show should be starting soon, and I want to watch that. It's going to be on Jen's channel. I mean, it will be by the time you watch this. So I'm excited to watch that, and yeah, this was so fun. I had such a fun weekend reading these Mafia books. Like, I love week-long readathons, but I also feel like sometimes it can feel like you lose steam throughout the week, but this was just perfect. This was super fun. I'm glad I started Thursday so I could get 3 books read. It was just fun to be a part of this readathon and pick some books that I probably would not have gotten to for a long time. I was definitely planning to read Ruthless Stranger by Maggie Cole, but the others, they weren't high up on my TBR, you know, so that was good. I enjoyed every book. I had 1 4-star, 2 5 stars, and my favorites, so ranking them from least favorite to most favorite. My least favorite was Filthy by Serena Ackroyd. That one for me just was a little too much high heat and not enough emotional development. It was still a fun read, but it was lacking in the relationship building, and that's something that I really, really love, and I have to give a book 5 stars. Like, I'm never going to give a piece of just high heat 5 stars. I'm probably not even going to read that because I know that that's not what I enjoy, unless I don't know. And then my second favorite would be Stolen Air by Sophie Lark. I really loved this too. This was so fun, and this was it was a very sweet Mafia romance. I really enjoyed this one too. Gave that one 5 stars. And then my favorite was Ruthless Stranger by Maggie Cole. This one is probably going to show up on favorite lists of the year because I just truly loved this. I loved their relationship. I thought it was beautiful. I thought the audiobook was really well done, and I just loved it. He was just a perfect hero, honestly. Like, he was perfect. I adored this book. It was so good. So thank you, Jen, for picking my TBR and for hosting this readathon, and it was a really good time. I really enjoyed it. So I'm gonna end this vlog here, get this edited and up, and I hope that you all had a good reading week. If you want to leave me a comment down below, that would be great. An emoji, not a comment. I mean, of course, you can leave a comment if you want, but if you've made it this far and you want to leave me an emoji, how about you leave me maybe like an ocean wave or a beach wave or something about water, because it's summer. So thank you so much for watching, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one.